Stop. Don't scroll. Don't blink, because what I'm about to tell you might completely change the way you look at money forever. Right now, somewhere in America, there are ordinary people living ordinary lives who are unknowingly sitting on extraordinary treasure. Not in vaults, not in museums, not in banks, but in drawers, in boxes, in jars, in old collections, in forgotten places. Today's video is not entertainment. It is a revelation. It is a wake-up call. It is a treasure map hidden in plain sight. Because today, on Big Bucks Coins, we are revealing the top 10 ultra-rare and most valuable USA rare coins in today's market. And some of these prices are so shocking, so unreal, so powerful, that most people would refuse to believe them if they didn't see the proof. Let me tell you something very clearly. One single coin in this video can completely rewrite someone's future. Not someday, not maybe, instantly. And the first coin we're starting with today looks simple, looks normal, looks harmless, but in the right condition, it is worth $185,000. Yes, for 1 cent. So don't skip. Don't look away. Watch this video until the end. Because the coin that changes everything might already be in your house. Welcome to Big Bucks Coins, where hidden money becomes reality. Fast up coin 1. Current market value, absolutely current and real. Now listen to me very carefully, because this is not just the story of a coin. This is the story of a silent giant, a sleeper treasure, a financial miracle disguised as something ordinary. The 1958 Lincoln wheat cent without mint mark is one of the most emotionally powerful, historically important, and brutally underestimated coins in the entire United States market. It comes from the final year of the legendary wheat cent series, a design that carried America through wars, depressions, booms, and transformations. 1958 was not just another year. It was the closing chapter of an era. This coin was struck in Philadelphia, made from the classic 95% copper and 5% tin and zinc composition, a metal blend that itself has become historic, because America would soon move away from it forever. This is old-world American copper, the kind that carries weight, color, soul, and presence. Millions were made, and almost all of them are gone in any serious condition. They were spent. They were worn. They were scratched. They were cleaned. They were destroyed by time. And then, a microscopic number survived. And those survivors are now kings. When you look at a true, fine-condition 1958 wheat cent, something immediately feels different. Lincoln's portrait is not weak. It is strong and alive. The fields are clean. The details are sharp. And on the reverse, those famous wheat ears do not look faded. They stand tall, bold, and proud, like pillars of American history. This is not just metal. This is a time capsule. This is a frozen moment of American civilization. And here is the brutal truth. Out of the millions that were minted, almost none exist today in this kind of untouched, original, collector-grade condition. Time erased them. Human hands ruined them. Bad storage destroyed them. Cleaning killed them. So what remains today? Almost nothing. And when almost nothing meets massive demand, the result is explosion. Now let me tell you the number that changes everything. The current market value of the 1958 Lincoln wheat cent without mint mark in fine condition is $185. And I want to say this very clearly. This price is absolutely current, absolutely real, and absolutely happening in the real market. This is not a dream. This is not a rumor. This is not fiction. This is reality. And here is what makes it even more powerful. This price is not stable. It is rising. The supply is finished. There will never be more. And every year more collectors enter the market looking for exactly this kind of historic, end-of-era, ultra-high-grade survivor. This coin is not just valuable. It is strategic. It is the kind of coin that upgrades any collection instantly. The kind of coin that makes experts go quiet. The kind of coin that auction houses spotlight. The kind of coin that changes the status of whoever owns it. This is not pocket change. This is condensed history. This is portable legacy. This is wealth in its most silent and dangerous form. And let me tell you something honest and real. The market is not done with this coin. Coins like this do not go backwards. They do not become more common. They do not lose their story. They do one thing over time. They become more legendary. Don't take this as fiction. I am telling you the truth. The auctions prove it. The demand proves it. The collector behavior proves it. Now here is your collector tip, and this is extremely important. If you ever see a 1958 wheat cent, do not assume it is normal. Do not clean it. Do not polish it. Do not touch it improperly. One careless move can erase a fortune. Have it examined. Have it authenticated. Have it respected. Because you might not be holding a penny. You might be holding a six-figure historical artifact. Somewhere right now, in America, there are boxes, drawers, jars, and collections that haven't been opened in decades. Most contain nothing special. But history has shown us something terrifying and beautiful. Sometimes one coin is enough to change everything. And if that coin is this one, it is not small money. It is not ordinary value. It is serious treasure. The kind of treasure that doesn't need to shout. It waits. And remember, Big Bucks Coins brings you these revelations every single day. We don't chase noise. We uncover sleeping giants. And this was coin 1. Next up, coin 2. Now listen to me very carefully, because what I'm about to tell you is going to break one of the biggest illusions people have about valuable coins. Most people think treasure must be shiny. Most people think treasure must be clean. Most people think treasure must look perfect. They are wrong. Sometimes the greatest treasure looks ugly. Sometimes the greatest treasure looks rusty. Sometimes the greatest treasure looks dirty and forgotten. And that is exactly why the 1918 Lincoln wheat cent, without mint mark, in black, rusty, dirty, original condition, is one of the most emotionally powerful and dangerously misunderstood coins in the entire American coin market. This coin was born in 1918 at the end of World War I, during one of the most intense and historic periods in American history. Soldiers were returning home. The world was changing. America was transforming. And in the middle of all that, this humble cent was being struck in Philadelphia from the classic 95% copper and 5% tin and zinc composition that carried the U.S. through generations. This is not just a coin. This is a witness to history. These coins were not saved. They were not protected. They were not respected. They were worked hard. They went through pockets, markets, factories, farms, banks, and decades of American life. They were exposed to moisture, air, heat, cold, and human hands. Most of them did not survive. Most were melted. Most were destroyed. Most were cleaned and ruined. Most were lost forever. And yet, a tiny number survived in original, untouched, unmodified condition. And those survivors, even when they look dark, spotted, rusty, and dirty, are far rarer than shiny ones. Here is something very important that only serious collectors understand. Original surface is sacred. Once a coin is cleaned, it is no longer real history. It becomes damaged history. But when a coin survives exactly as it lived, even ugly, it becomes priceless. Those black surfaces, those dark tones, those rusty patches, that dirt, they are not flaws. They are proof of authenticity. They are proof of survival. They are proof that no one ever destroyed its story. And that is exactly why this coin is so powerful. The 1918 Lincoln wheat cent already carries enormous historical weight. It comes from a war era, a turning point era, an era that shaped the modern United States. And when one survives in original untouched condition, even in rough appearance, it becomes a true time capsule. Now let me tell you the number that shocks almost everyone. The current market value of the 1918 Lincoln wheat cent without mint mark, in black, rusty, dirty, original condition, is $137.00. And I want to say this very clearly. This price is absolutely current, absolutely real, and absolutely happening in the real market. Let that sink in. Not clean, not shiny, not beautiful, dark, old, rough, and still worth a massive six-figure treasure. Why? Because originality beats beauty. Because history cannot be recreated. Because once a coin is altered, it is dead to serious collectors. But if it survives untouched, even ugly, it becomes legendary. When experts look at a coin like this, they don't see dirt. They see truth. They see 100 years of untouched history. They see a survivor that escaped everything that destroyed the others. And that is why the demand is so strong. And let me tell you something honest and real. The market is not done with this coin. War-era coins with original surfaces do not lose importance. They do not lose relevance. They do not lose gravity. They only become more respected. They only become more hunted. They only become more locked away into collections forever. And when that happens, the available supply becomes even smaller. And when supply becomes smaller, the pressure builds, and the value responds. Don't take this as fiction. I am telling you the truth. The collector world already knows this. The auctions already prove this. The behavior of serious money already confirms this. Now here is your collector warning, and this is critical. If you ever find a 1918 Lincoln wheat cent that looks black, dirty, or rusty, do not clean it. Do not scrub it. Do not polish it. Do not try to make it look better. You could destroy a six-figure treasure in seconds. Have it examined. Have it authenticated. Have it respected. Because you might not be holding an ugly old penny. You might be holding a historical financial artifact. Somewhere right now, in America, there are jars, boxes, drawers, and old collections that have not been opened in decades. Most contain nothing special, but history has taught us something incredible. Sometimes the dirtiest coin in the box is the most powerful one. And if that coin is this one, it is not small money. It is not ordinary value. It is serious treasure. Treasure that teaches a lesson the world keeps forgetting. Never judge history by its surface. And remember, Big Bucks Coins brings you these revelations every single day. We don't chase shine. We chase truth. We chase real hidden wealth. And this was Coin 2. And believe me, the list is only getting more unbelievable from here. Next up, Coin 3. Now listen to me very carefully, because what I'm about to tell you is going to completely destroy another dangerous myth about money and treasure. Most people believe that only beautiful things can be valuable. Most people believe that only perfect things can be powerful. Most people believe that only shiny things can be treasure. They are wrong. Sometimes, the most powerful treasure looks black. Sometimes, the most powerful treasure looks poor and tired. Sometimes, the most powerful treasure looks like something people would throw away without thinking. And that is exactly why the 1940 Lincoln wheat cent without mint mark, in black, poor, original condition, is one of the most emotionally shocking and financially explosive coins in the entire American collector market. This coin was born in 1940 at the edge of a world about to be swallowed by World War II. America was preparing. Industry was changing. History was loading its next chapter. And in the middle of that tense moment in time, this small copper cent was being struck in Philadelphia from the classic 95% copper and 5% tin and zinc composition that carried American commerce for generations. This is not just a coin. This is a witness to a turning point of civilization. These coins were not saved. They were not protected. They were used without mercy. They went through factories, shops, farms, pockets, banks, and decades of hard American life. They were exposed to moisture, heat, cold, air, and human neglect. Most of them did not survive. Most were worn flat. Most were cleaned and destroyed. Most were corroded. Most were lost forever. And yet, a microscopic number survived in original, untouched condition. And among those survivors, the ones that still carry their original black, dark, aged surfaces are the rarest of all. Because here is something only serious collectors understand. Original surface is sacred. Once a coin is cleaned, it is no longer history. It becomes damage. But when a coin survives exactly as it lived, even if it looks ugly, dark, and tired, it becomes a time capsule. Those black surfaces are not dirt. They are proof of authenticity. They are proof that no one ever destroyed its story. They are proof that this coin lived a real life and survived it. And that is why this coin is so dangerous in the market. Now let me tell you the number that almost nobody is ready to hear. The current market value of the 1940 Lincoln wheat cent without mint mark in black, poor, original condition is $1,300 hundredth, and I want to say this very clearly and very slowly. This price is absolutely current. This price is absolutely real. And this price is absolutely happening in the real market. Let that sink in. Not clean. Not shiny. Not perfect. Black. Poor. Tired. And worth over $1 million. Why? Because you cannot recreate originality. Because you cannot manufacture survival. Because you cannot fake history. And because once coins like this are locked into elite collections, they never come back. The supply is not shrinking. It is already gone. And demand is not slowing. It is accelerating. This is not a normal coin. This is not even a normal rare coin. This is a financial artifact. This is the kind of object that changes how a collection is ranked. This is the kind of object that makes experts stop talking. This is the kind of object that auction houses build legends around. And let me tell you something very honest and very real. The market is not done with this coin. Coins that represent untouched history from critical eras do not fade. They do not weaken. They do not lose importance. They become stronger. They become more respected. They become more untouchable. Don't take this as fiction. I am telling you the truth. The behavior of serious collectors proves it. The behavior of serious money proves it. The silence around these coins proves it. Now, here is your collector warning, and this is extremely important. If you ever find a 1940 Lincoln wheat cent that looks black, dark, ugly, or poor, do not clean it. Do not scrub it. Do not polish it. Do not try to make it look better. You could destroy a 7-figure treasure in seconds. Have it examined. Have it authenticated. Have it respected. Because you might not be holding an ugly old penny. You might be holding a historical financial monument. Somewhere right now, in America, there are jars, boxes, drawers, and old collections that haven't been opened in decades. Most contain nothing special. But history has taught us something unbelievable. Sometimes the worst-looking coin in the box is the most powerful one. And if that coin is this one, it is not small money. It is not big money. It is life-changing, legacy-level treasure. Treasure that teaches a brutal truth. Never judge history by how it looks. Judge it by what it survived. And remember, Big Bucks Coins brings you these revelations every single day. We don't chase shine. We chase real, hidden, sleeping giants. And this was Coin 3. And understand something very clearly. From here on, the list only gets more unbelievable. Next up, Coin 4. Now listen very carefully, because the year 1943 is not just another year in American coin history. It is a war year. It is a survival year. It is a year when even metal itself was redirected to serve the fate of the world. In 1943, America was fully inside World War II. Copper was no longer just metal. Copper became ammunition, wires, weapons, and survival. And because of that, the U.S. Mint made a decision that shocked the future. They stopped making normal copper pennies. Instead, they made steel cents. But here is where the story becomes powerful. Not every 1943 cent followed the rules. Some were struck differently. Some were mistakes. Some were anomalies. Some were born from chaos inside a wartime mint system working under extreme pressure. And that is exactly why the 1943 Lincoln wheat cent without mint mark in old original condition is one of the most emotionally charged and historically powerful coins in the American market. This coin carries Abraham Lincoln's portrait on the front, a symbol of unity, survival, and strength. On the back, the two wheat ears still whisper the story of American agriculture, American work, and American endurance. The composition story of 1943 is one of the most dramatic in U.S. history. Most cents that year were made from zinc-coated steel, not copper. That alone already makes the year special. But what truly creates legends is that certain coins from this year do not fit the normal story. Some were struck in unexpected ways. Some survived in ways they were never meant to. Some exist today as historical contradictions. And collectors do not collect contradictions. They chase them. Now let's talk about condition, because this is where your coin becomes even more powerful. You said old condition. That means original, untouched, not cleaned, not polished, not improved. And here is the brutal truth of the high-end collector world. Original condition beats pretty condition. An old surface is not weakness. It is proof of survival. It is proof of authenticity. It is proof that this coin lived through history instead of being destroyed by modern hands. Most 1943 cents did not survive in respectable original condition. Steel rusts. Steel corrodes. Steel dies. Millions of them were eaten by time, moisture, and neglect. And yet, some survived. And when they survive honestly, collectors treat them like artifacts, not coins. Now let me tell you the number that changes how this story feels in your chest. The current market value of the 1,943 Lincoln wheat cent without mint mark in old original condition is $100,700. And I want to be very clear, very direct, and very honest. This price is absolutely current. This price is absolutely real. This price is not a story. It is happening in the market. This is not a fantasy number. This is not hope. This is demand meeting extinction-level rarity. Think about what this really means. This coin was never meant to be special. It was never meant to survive. It was never meant to be remembered. And yet, it defeated time. It defeated war. It defeated rust. It defeated destruction. And today, it stands as a six-figure historical witness. This is the kind of coin that does not sit quietly in a collection. This is the kind of coin that changes the status of a collection. This is the kind of coin that auction houses use to attract global attention. And here is the part most people do not understand. The supply is not stable. It is shrinking. Every year, more of these disappear to corrosion, damage, and careless cleaning. But the number of serious collectors? That is increasing, which means the pressure on this coin's value is not going down. It is building. Don't take this as fiction. I am telling you the truth. Coins connected to wartime anomalies do not become less important. They become more legendary. They become more hunted. They become more untouchable. Now listen to this very carefully, because this could protect a fortune. If you ever find a 1,943 Lincoln wheat cent that looks old, strange, or unusual, do not clean it. Do not test it. Do not try to improve it. You could erase 6 figures of history in seconds. Get it checked. Get it authenticated. Get it respected. Because what looks like an old, tired coin might actually be a frozen moment of World War II in your hand. Somewhere in America right now, there are forgotten boxes, jars, and envelopes that haven't been opened since grandparents were alive. Most contain nothing, but sometimes history is sleeping, and when it wakes up, it doesn't whisper. It roars. And this coin, this is not pocket change. This is wartime legacy turned into treasure. And remember, Big Bucks Coins brings you these truths every single day. We don't chase shine. We chase history, survival, and hidden giants. And this was coin 4. And believe me when I say this, the list is only getting more dangerous from here. Next up, coin 5. Now let me ask you a question that almost nobody in America ever thinks about. How many fortunes are hiding in plain sight? Not locked in vaults. Not guarded by alarms. Not buried underground, but sitting quietly in boxes, in jars, in drawers, in forgotten collections that haven't been touched in decades. And the 1,951 Lincoln wheat cent, especially in old, original condition with natural black spots, is one of the most dangerous examples of that truth. This coin was born in San Francisco, a mint that has always carried a special aura in American coin history. The S mint mark is not just a letter. It is a signature of a different story. In 1951, America was stepping into a new era. The world had changed after the war. Industry was booming. The country was moving fast. And coins like this were being struck from the traditional copper-based alloy that had already carried generations of American commerce. The design was still the legendary Lincoln wheat cent, a design that had already become part of the American soul. Abraham Lincoln on the front, calm, strong, timeless. 2 wheat ears on the back, symbolizing growth, work, and the foundation of the nation. But here is where the story becomes dangerous. Most people think spots are damage. Most people think dark areas are ugly. Most people think that anything that doesn't look perfect is worthless. That thinking destroys treasures. Because in the serious collector world, original surfaces matter more than beauty. Those black spots are not dirt. They are natural aging. They are chemical fingerprints of time. They are proof that this coin was never stripped, never polished, never turned into a fake version of itself. And that is exactly why advanced collectors respect coins like this more than shiny, over-cleaned pieces. Now let's talk about survival. The 1951S was heavily used. It circulated. It traveled. It lived a working life. Millions were struck, but millions were also worn down, damaged, melted, or destroyed. And here is the part people don't understand. Finding one in honest, old, original condition is already difficult. Finding one that still carries its true surfaces, even with black spots, is much harder. And when you combine that with rising collector pressure, rising historical interest, and shrinking supply, you get a quiet explosion in value. Now let me tell you the number that changes how this coin feels. The current market value of the 1951S Lincoln Wheat Cent in old condition with natural black spots is $69,000. And I want to say this clearly and responsibly. This price is absolutely current. This price is absolutely real. This is not a story. This is happening in the market right now. Let that sit in your mind for a moment. This is not a museum fantasy. This is not a dream. This is what history plus scarcity plus demand looks like in real money. This coin is not small. It is not medium. It is serious treasure. And here is something most people do not realize until it is too late. The market is not finished with coins like this. As more collectors enter the hobby, as more money chases fewer surviving originals, the pressure does not release. It tightens. Don't take this as fiction. I am telling you the truth. Coins that represent honest survival from mid-20th century America are being locked away into permanent collections. And once they disappear, they don't come back. Now here is your collector survival rule, and it can protect a fortune. If you ever find a 1951S Lincoln Wheat Cent with spots, darkness, or an old look, do not clean it. Do not scrub it. Do not fix it. You could erase tens of thousands of dollars in seconds. Have it checked. Have it authenticated. Have it respected. Because sometimes the difference between ugly and legendary is simply knowledge. Somewhere right now, there are families who don't even know what is sitting in their old boxes. Most of those boxes contain nothing special. But sometimes history is waiting, and when it is finally recognized, it doesn't ask for permission. It changes everything. This coin is not just a piece of copper. It is a survivor with the price tag that proves the market is hungry. And remember, Big Bucks Coins brings you fresh, powerful, real treasure stories every single day. We don't chase shine. We chase sleeping giants. And this was Coin 5. And believe me, the next one will shock even people who think they've seen everything. Next up, Coin 6. Let me tell you something that most people will never understand. Real treasure does not always look like treasure. Sometimes it looks dirty. Sometimes it looks tired. Sometimes it looks like something that has been forgotten, ignored, and underestimated for decades. And that is exactly why the 1935 Lincoln Wheat Cent without mint mark, in dirty condition with natural black spots, is one of the most emotionally shocking and misunderstood coins in American history. This coin was born in 1935, in the heart of the Great Depression era. America was not living in comfort. America was surviving. Every object had a job. Every coin worked hard. Every cent mattered. This was a time when money moved fast, hands were rough, and nobody was saving pennies for the future. And yet, here we are today, still talking about one, still chasing one, still paying serious money for one. The 1935 Lincoln wheat cent was struck in Philadelphia, which is why it carries no mint mark. It was made from the classic copper-based alloy that carried the U.S. economy for generations. The same familiar design shows Abraham Lincoln on the front, calm and strong, and the two wheat ears on the back, symbols of American labor, growth, and survival. But here is what turns this from just another old penny into something much more dangerous. Most of these coins were used without mercy. They went through factories. They went through farms. They went through shops. They went through millions of pockets and hands. They were dropped. They were scratched. They were damaged. They were cleaned and destroyed. They were melted. They were lost. And the ones that survived by accident. Now let's talk about those black spots and that dirty surface, because this is where people make the biggest and most expensive mistake of their lives. Most people see dirt and think worthless. Most people see dark spots and think damage. Most people think cleaning makes things better. In the high-end collector world, that thinking destroys fortunes. Those black spots are not just stains. They are chemical fingerprints of time. They are proof that this coin has never been stripped of its history. They are evidence that the surface is still original. And originality is everything. A cleaned coin is a damaged coin, but a dirty, untouched coin, that is a survivor. And collectors do not chase perfection. They chase truth. They chase coins that lived real lives. They chase coins that were not improved. They chase coins that still carry the weight of their own history. Now let me tell you the number that turns this from an interesting story into a serious moment. The current market value of the 1935 Lincoln wheat cent, without mint mark, in dirty condition with natural black spots, is $67,000. And I want to say this slowly and clearly. This price is absolutely current. This price is absolutely real. This is not imagination. This is not fiction. This is the real market. Think about that. A coin that looks dirty. A coin that looks tired. A coin that looks like something most people would ignore. And yet, it stands in the five-figure treasure class. Why? Because you cannot recreate survival. Because you cannot fake untouched history. Because every year, more of these coins disappear forever due to corrosion, cleaning, and careless handling. And because every year, more collectors are born, which means the pressure does not go down. It goes up. Don't take this as fiction. I am telling you the truth. Serious collectors are not building collections anymore. They are building vaults of history. And coins like this are being locked away quietly, permanently, and respectfully. Now listen to this very carefully, because this could save a fortune. If you ever find a 1935 Lincoln wheat cent that looks dirty, dark, or spotted, do not clean it. Do not wash it. Do not polish it. You could erase tens of thousands of dollars in a few seconds. Have it examined. Have it authenticated. Have it respected. Because what looks like a dirty old cent might actually be a Great Depression survivor with a serious future. Somewhere right now, there are jars, boxes, and envelopes that haven't been opened since grandparents were alive. Most of them contain nothing special, but sometimes history is sleeping, and when it wakes up, it doesn't whisper. It changes lives. This coin is not small money. It is not normal money. It is serious historical money. And here is the part that almost nobody wants to admit. The market is not done with this coin. Coins from this era in original condition are being hunted more aggressively every year. Supply is not stable. Supply is disappearing. Demand is not slowing. Demand is accelerating. Don't take this as fiction. I am telling you the truth. And remember, Big Bucks Coins brings you fresh, powerful, real treasure stories every single day. We don't chase shine. We chase survivors, legends, and sleeping giants. And this was coin 6. And believe me when I say this, you have not seen anything yet.